Hi, I'm Padmashri, student of SVC studying 5th sem 3rd year of Computer Science department. In this session, we are gonna see about the network virtualization process. Network virtualization. Network virtualization represents the administration and monitoring of an entire computer network as a single administrative entity from one single software-based administrator console. In a computer, network virtualization is the process of combining a hardware and a software network resources and network functionalities into a single software-based administrative entity. Is in virtual network. Virtualization involves a platform virtualization often combines with a resource virtualization. Network virtualization is a category is either external virtualization or combined with many networks or parts of the networks into virtual units or an internal virtualization. Network virtualization has two types like internal and external virtualization. Internal virtualization configure a single system with the software containers which as an uh, pseudocodes interface such as it emulates the physical network with the software. It can improve the single system efficiency by isolating the applications to separate the container as an pseudo interfaces and external virtualization. The external virtualization combines or subdivides one or more local area network WANs into virtual networks to improve a large networks or data center efficiency. A virtual local area network VLAN and a network switch comprises the key components using the technology a system administrator and can configure the system physical attachment to the same local network to into separate virtual networks. An administrator can combine the systems or separate local area networks into a single WAN like virtual LAN networks as a large network. Wireless network virtualization. Wireless network virtualization can have a very broad scope of ranging from spectrum sharing and infrastructure virtualization to the air interface virtualization. Similarly to wired network virtualization in the physical interface owned by one or more providers can share among the multiple services provided. Wireless network virtualization need to be physical wireless infrastructure and the radio resources should be abstracted to the isolate to a number of virtual resources which then can be offered to the different service providers. In other words, virtualization regardless of an wired or wireless networks can be considered as a process splitting to the entire network system. What is the use of network virtualization? Network virtualization may be used in application development and testing to mimic real-world hardware and software systems. In application performance engineering, the network virtualization enables an emulation of an connections between the application services, dependencies, and end users of the software testing. And there are types of network virtualization like network virtualization, server virtualization. Like let us see them in details. Network virtualization is a technique of combining the available resources into the network by splitting up the variable bandwidth into different channels, each being separated and distinguished. And service virtualization, the technique server virtualization is a masking of a server resources. It stimulates the physical services by transforming the air identity numbers numbers, processors and operation frameworks. This frees the user from continuous management and complex server resources. It also makes a lot of resources available for sharing the utilizing and while maintaining the capability to expand the network whenever they need. And the other two types are data virtualization and application virtualization. The data virtualization type of a cloud computing virtualization, it is known as a cloud computing virtualization technique. It is a subset of technical detail generally used in the data management, including location, performance, or format in favor of broader access and more realistic and direct or related to the business requirement. Application virtualization. Software virtualization in the cloud computing abstract the application layer, separating it from the operating framework. The advantages that we can watch in the network virtualization are: it is a cost efficiency method. The most efficient advantage of the virtualization in the cloud computing, so that it can reduces the memory storage also. Resource utilization, scalability, isolation, improved management, flexibility, performance overhead. And the drawbacks that we can see in the network virtualization are: while companies stands to again their lot of embracing virtualization, business owns their need to keep their downstate in mind. The upfront cost is highly. Not all hardware or software can be virtualized so easily. It is easy to get carried away with adding servers. The final conclusion. In conclusion, the network virtualization, particularly in the context of CNS, uh, it is understanding and interpreting the inner working of the deep learning models. The various techniques mentioned earlier contribute to the complexity of CNS, provides insight of features of learning and decision making process and the overall model behavior. Thank you for watching this video. I hope so you got a brief information about the network virtualization. Thank you, one and all.